In the last video, we talked about how to prepare for recruitment. Now let's go over what you need to do when you're recruiting participants. First, it is ethical practice that participants should first be approached to participate in research by a member of their care team who is not part of the research staff. This can be the participant's doctor or nurse. If a participant expresses interest in learning more about the study, only then can you speak with them about the study in more detail and obtain informed consent. Second, when you are speaking with potential participants, consider what your words and body language might be signaling. Always maintain a friendly demeanor and be aware of your professional appearance. Always wear your ID badge. All hospital staff and volunteers must wear their ID badges at all times. This lets the people who you approach know that you work at the hospital and can make them feel more comfortable speaking to you. Third, establish good rapport with potential participants. You need to introduce yourself, explain your role and why you are there. Be sure to maintain good eye contact and conversational tone of voice. Take a few minutes to connect to the patient rather than diving straight into the consent discussion. Approach and speak to potential participants the way you or your loved ones would expect to be spoken to. Fourth, provide an immediate opportunity for the participant to opt out. For instance, you can say something like, "Hi, I'm here to follow up on some information that you may have received about a study from your doctor during your follow-up visit earlier today, and to see if you are interested in hearing more about our study. Is it okay for me to continue?" Take a minute to read the potential participant's body language to gauge interest and comprehension, and be mindful of personal space. Are you picking up on any nonverbal cues that might suggest the person is not ready to discuss at that moment? Do they look distracted, preoccupied, tired? Do they seem upset, distressed, or anxious? Fifth, during the consent process, you will need to provide potential participants with information about the purpose of the research study and an explanation of the study procedures, the reason why you are approaching them specifically, determine eligibility early on in the conversation, expectations of participant, what their involvement in the study entails, and time commitment, the expected benefits, monetary compensation is not a benefit, and potential risks or discomforts to the potential participants, how confidentiality and privacy will be maintained, include a description of who will have direct access to research records, a statement that participation is voluntary and that if they wish, they can stop participating at any time. Refusal to participate will involve no penalty or lessen the care that they are entitled to, and who to contact if they have questions or concerns about the research study and their rights as a participant. Sixth, walk potential participants through the consent form. People do not want forms read to them word for word. Convey the information in the consent form clearly and in plain language. Ensure that potential participants do not feel pressured to participate. They should know that their willingness or unwillingness to participate in the study will not affect their care. Eighth, to ensure that the potential participant understands the information you provide, use paraphrasing and summarizing. For critical information, you can confirm understanding by using a teach-back method, such as asking questions like, "I want to make sure I explain that last part clearly. Can you tell me in your own words what the risks of the study are?" Avoid asking questions such as, "Do you understand?" Teach-back is not a test of the potential participant's knowledge, but an indication of how well information was taught and what needs to be clarified or reviewed. Ninth, give the patient time to ask questions and to read the consent form in full. Give them time to deliberate, even if it means they would like to consult with their family and friends first. Ensure that the potential participant is giving consent freely and is not being coerced by anyone, including you. 10th, if you are pressed for time, don't rush through the consent process. Be flexible to a participant's needs. Make alternate arrangements with the participant to discuss the study at a later time. Ask them to sign and date the consent form and provide a copy of the consent form to them. So the next time you are in the clinic about to approach a participant to a research study, ask yourself these questions. Do I understand this research study well enough to know what it means to patients? What will I do to make sure that consent is truly informed and valid?